Welcome and hello. This is Transparency Talk and I'm Christina. Today's guest is Superintendent Michael Hinojosa of Dallas ISD.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank you.
you having me this morning.
Good morning. So we're going to have a candid conversation. We're going to stay below the radar. What do you do for self-care?
Well, I work out every day. I've only missed one day of working out in 2 years. And I've always had this routine about how I stay fit. And also, I take opportunity to play golf. And I've always had the need to have self-care. And part of my therapy is that even though I've had a busy job, I coached all three of my sons in travel baseball and have a great relationship with all my sons. So I think all of that is part of self-care and being able to make sure that I do my job and not somebody else's job.
Any other sports that you play or are interested in?
Well, I love basketball. I played basketball, coached basketball, I refereed basketball, but also baseball. And now I've picked up golf, and I think golf is very therapeutic. And sports have always been a part of my life. And when I was a high school basketball player, my coach said, Jose, you're short, but you're slow too. I said, thanks, coach, that's very inspiring. He goes, no, you work hard and you're smart, you're gonna be somebody someday, but it's just not in college basketball. And so I think that he helped me really focus, that I had some other skill sets. And sports, you have to be around people, you have to be on teams, and you have a common goal for the greater good. So it's not about you, it's about something bigger that the team needs to have.
When did you learn English?
I learned English in first grade. I went to a school in Lubbock, Texas, where the teacher said that there would be no Spanish spoken. And I asked my best friend, Rudy, ¿qué dijo la maestra? And he goes, no, because she says, you're not supposed to speak Spanish. And I got punished in front of the whole class. So I had to learn the hard way and the fast way. But I didn't really be resentful. I wasn't a militant about it. I learned that I needed to have both languages, and I kept both languages. I think it's really important to become bilingual. And that's why I'm proud of Dallas. We have schools where you can be biliterate, and not just the Latino kids. African American kids, white kids, and second and third generation students through our two-way dual language program can become biliterate. And I think it's a skill that's very helpful for you the rest of your career.
Interesting. Do you speak any other languages aside from Spanish?
No, that's all I can handle right now. But I've heard, and it's proven in Europe, that if you know two languages, it's much easier to learn a third language. So you never know. At some point I'll pick up another one. But right now I think I'm kind of busy.
Where do you like to travel?
Well, I travel domestically a lot for business, and I enjoy travel. It's very seldom that I get to go out, but I've discovered a little paradise, Cabo San Lucas, and it's hard for the superintendent to be out of the country, so I can only go during holidays. And we spent our first Christmas abroad, and we loved it. My two boys that are not married and my wife, and we all four played golf at Cabo San Lucas, and it was a lot of fun.
Who inspires you?
I get my energy off of other superintendents. It's people who I respect. I love being around other superintendents because we try to solve problems for people. And so it just depends on the situation. Obviously, also my family. I'm very proud of my family. Not only my brothers and sisters and my mom and dad, but also my sons and my wife. And so it's just really exciting to get energy off of other people so that we can do things better.
And you have a big family, a lot of siblings. What number are you?
I'm number 8 in a family of 10. I was the last one born in Mexico, and all of us are successful. Here's the legacy of my parents. My parents had a third grade education in Mexico, but they moved to the United States so we could have a better life. And they said, if we go to America, all of you got to go to school. So 8 of us graduated from high school. My 2 older sisters had already gone to business school in Mexico in middle school, but they put them in elementary school when we got to the United States. So my dad said no. He sent them to El Paso so they could become successful. Both of them are women, very strong women entrepreneurs. But the real legacy of my parents is when you have 10 kids, you can have a lot of grandkids. 22 grandkids. 2 are special needs, so they're not going to graduate from college. But all other 20 have gone to college. 16 have graduated, including my 2 sons from Harvard and Princeton. So one generation removed This is what a free public education can do for you. That's why I do what I do. That's why I've been a superintendent for 27 years.
So in all of that, I'm sure you have to make time to read, to learn, to educate yourself. Who are your favorite authors, or what do you like to read?
You know what? I really read more business books than I do any other kind of books. So actually, in the mid-90s, a lot of the stuff that I learned, in fact, it changed my behavior. Stephen Covey, I internalized the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Tom Peters taught me about incrementalism is innovation's worst enemy, and being in pursuit of wow. So those authors, and Peter Senge about the 5th discipline and how it's about team learning, and he defines dialogue different from discussion. Discussion means let me convince you I'm right. Dialogue is it's not your way or my way, it's a better way. So all of those things formed my mental abilities. And also at the same time, I read a book from the Harvard Business Review, actually an article from the Harvard Business Review about why transformations fail. And they said that there's 2 things. There's not a sense of urgency, and there's not a guiding coalition to help solve the problem. So those things have shaped how I've operated for 27 years. And so I just love being able to take things from the business world and adapt them to public education. And it's been extremely helpful in my career.
What scares you?
I'm not scared of anything. I'm not scared of anything except my wife. So that's what scares me. That's what keeps me working.
Good answer.
Yeah. So, actually, I'm living on house money. I'm living on. I mean, I'm not afraid of anything except my wife. Seriously. So I love what I do, and I love a new challenge, and so I'm not afraid of anything.
And I have one more question. Who would you like to meet that you haven't, and why?
Well, I don't know if it's about an individual. I'm always looking at people who make a difference for other people. That's who I like to study. And just like when I was a baby superintendent, I was given mentors, but if I didn't respect them, I never called them. But there was always a dynamic superintendent who made things happen. I called them. I have a contrarian's view of mentorship. So I would call them, and I never got turned down. I've met presidents of the United States. I've met a lot of people in my career. But I'm always looking for people who inspire others and have a positive attitude and can change, take things that are complex and make them simple. So I look for that type of individual that I would like to meet. Of course, and it changes because you get disappointed in people who you believe in, and then they don't deliver. So, people have said to me, Doc, I'm going to be loyal to you. I said, that does not impress me. I could be an evil person. Don't be loyal to me. Be loyal to the district. Be loyal to the kids. That's who you got to be loyal to. So, because even smart, good people make mistakes. Everyone is fallible. So, I don't want to meet an individual. I want to meet the type of people who make a difference.
Thank you so much for your time this morning. You've inspired me. I learned something about you that I didn't know. I heard a nickname, Doc.
Yeah, I want people to call me Michael, but people just can't say it. They call me Mr. Superintendent or Dr. Hinojosa. So I said, just call me Doc. It's informal, but it's respectful.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it. Stay tuned.